This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
60 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations in or near the path include Tahlequah, Locust Grove, Peggs, Scraper, Lost City, Murphy. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Severe thunderstorms were located along the line extending from near Benton to near Lofton to near Little Missouri Falls Recreation Area, moving southeast at 50 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Hot Springs, Benton, Bryant, Hot Springs Village, Arkadelphia, Malvern, Sheridan, Murfreesboro, Mount Ida, Haskell, Glenwood, Mountain Pine, Rockport, Amity, Caddo Valley, Traskwood, Tunnel, Norman, Plattsville, Poen.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
County in southeastern Kansas, Montgomery County in southeastern Kansas, until 2 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 1:02 a.m. Central Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located over Elk City and Coffeyville, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Coffeyville, Independence, Deering, Elk City, Tyro, Liberty, Bolton, Sycamore, Angola, Elk City Lake, Elk City State Park, Independence Airport, and Coffeyville Airport. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. The National Weather Service in Tulsa has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Cherokee County in east central Oklahoma until 2 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 1:18 a.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 5 miles southeast of Hulbert, moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations in or near the path include Tahlequah, Cookson, Cherokee Landing State Park. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Western Washington County. A severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Washington County in northwestern Arkansas, northeastern Adair County in northeastern Oklahoma until 1:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 12:32 a.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Westville, moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations in or near the path include Prairie Grove, Lincoln, Westville, Cincinnati, Barron, Clyde, Cane Hill, Hogai, Summers, Morrow. For your protection, thunderstorm warning for southern Adair County in northeastern Oklahoma, east central Cherokee County in east central Oklahoma until 2:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 1:33 a.m. Central Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 5 miles northeast of Cherokee Landing State Park to 3 miles west of Marietta to near Barron, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations in or near the path include Stilwell, Adair State Park, Christie, Barron, Marietta. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Poinsett County in eastern Arkansas, southwestern Mississippi County in eastern Arkansas until 2:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 1:48 a.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Truman, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Truman, Marktree, Lepanto, Bay, Caraway, Kaiser, Joyner, Dias, Bassett, Itala, Three-Way, Payne-Way, Witten, West Ridge, Eastview, Tillett, Evadale, Hatchie-Coon, Dub, and Maple Grove. Issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Poinsett County in eastern Arkansas, southwestern Mississippi County in eastern Arkansas, northern Crittenden County in eastern Arkansas, until 2:45 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 1:58 a.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles north of Earl, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated.
This is a weekly
Impact,
test of the emergency
hail damage
alert
to
system.
vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Earl, Tyrenza, Gilmore, Jericho, Turtle, Clarkdale, Birdsong, Three Forks, Dimple, Luker, Deckerville, Nesha, Twist, Clore, Denwood, Frenchman's Bayonne, Beasley, Lambertville, Stacy, and Boat Run.
Of the emergency alert
For your
system.
protection room.
This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Doesn't matter who sits in the White House.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
The National Weather Service in Memphis has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Greene County in eastern Arkansas, northern Mississippi County in eastern Arkansas, southeastern Clay County in eastern Arkansas, Pemmican County in southeastern Missouri, Dunklin County in southeast. The National Weather Service in Memphis has issued a flash flood warning for Clay County in eastern Arkansas, northeastern Greene County in eastern Arkansas, northeastern Mississippi County in eastern Arkansas, Dunklin County in southeastern Missouri, Pemmican County in southeastern Missouri, until 5:45 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 2:44 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 2.5 and 4 inches of rain have fallen. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard: flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source: radar. Impact: flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Blytheville, Kennett, Carruthersville, Piggott, Gosnell, Hayti, Steele, Campbell, Rector, Sinneth, Chalk Bluff Natural Area, Clarkin, Holcomb, Hayti Heights, Cooter, Wardell, St. Francis, Pollard, Greenway and McDougal. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be especially cautious at night when it is harder to recognize the dangers of flooding. Be aware of your surroundings and do not drive on flooded roads. Repeating, a flash flood warning has been issued until 5:45 a.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Arkansas, Clay, Greene and Mississippi, and the following counties in Missouri, Dunklin and Pemmican. The National Weather Service in Memphis has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Greene County in eastern Arkansas, northern Mississippi County in eastern Arkansas, southeastern Clay County in eastern Arkansas, Pemmican County in southeastern Missouri, Dunklin County in southeastern Missouri, Dyer County in West Tennessee, west central Gibson County in West Tennessee, Lauderdale County in West Tennessee, southwestern Lake County in West Tennessee, until 3:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 2:39 a.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Kennett, moving southeast at 45 miles per hour. Hazard: 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source: radar indicated. Impact: hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Paragould, Dyersburg, Blytheville, Kennett, Ripley, Osceola, Carruthersville, Gosnell, Manila, Hayti, Steele, Litchville, Sinneth, Wixora, Marmaduke, Fort Pillow State Park, New Bern, Halls, Ridgely, and Oak Grove Heights. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 3:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Arkansas, Clay, Greene and Mississippi, and the following counties in Tennessee, Dyer, Gibson, Lake and Lauderdale, and the following counties in Missouri, Dunklin and Pemmican. The National Weather Service in Memphis has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Mississippi County in eastern Arkansas, northeastern Crittenden County in eastern Arkansas, southern Tipton County in West Tennessee, Shelby County in West Tennessee, until 3:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 2:40 a.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Meeman-Shelby Forest State Park, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Hazard: 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source: radar indicated. Impact: hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Bartlett, Collierville, Germantown, Olive Branch, West Memphis, Marion, Millington, T.O. Fuller State Park, Beeman Shelby Forest State Park, Cordova, Memphis, Lakeland, Arlington, Munford, Brighton, Joyner, Edmondson, Sunset, Bassett, and Anthonyville. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 3:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Arkansas, Crittenden, and Mississippi, and the following counties in Tennessee, Shelby and Tipton.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Tipton County in West Tennessee, northeastern Fayette County in West Tennessee, northwestern Hardeman County in West Tennessee, southeastern Lauderdale County in West Tennessee, Haywood County in West Tennessee, until 4 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 3:16 a.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Covington, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Brownsville, Covington, Whiteville, Holly Grove, Hillville, Dancyville, Henning, Stanton, Asbury, Owens, Hickory Point, Shep, Turnpike, Moy Corner, Cedar Chapel, Cotton Lake, Orissa, and Sunny Hill. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 4 a.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Tennessee: Fayette, Hardeman, Haywood, Lauderdale, and Tipton.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
National Weather
Weather Service in Tulsa has issued a flash flood warning for Craig County in northeastern Oklahoma, northern Delaware County in northeastern Oklahoma, northeastern Mays County in northeastern Oklahoma, western Ottawa County in northeastern Oklahoma, until 7:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 4:06 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 and 3 inches of rain have fallen. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Expected hazards include flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source: radar. The following impacts are expected: flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Miami, Veneta, Jay, Grove, Fairland, Afton, Langley, Welch, Bernice, Ketchum, Blue Jacket, Disney, Big Cabin, Pensacola, Clear, Narcissa, Bernice State Park, White Oak, Cherokee State Park, Cloeta. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles.
The National Weather Service in Memphis has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Tipton County in West Tennessee, northeastern Fayette County in West Tennessee, northwestern Hardeman County in West Tennessee, southeastern Lauderdale County in West Tennessee, Haywood County in West Tennessee, until 4 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 3:16 a.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Covington, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard: 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source: radar indicated. Impact: hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Brownsville, Covington, Whiteville, Holly Grove, Hillville, Danchyville, Henning, Stanton, Asbury, Owens, Hickory Point, Shep, Turnpike, Moy Corner, Rialto, Fayette Corners, Cedar Chapel, Cotton Lake, Orissa, and Sunny Hill. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 4 a.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Tennessee: Fayette, Hardeman, Haywood, Lauderdale, and Tipton.
Flood warning in effect until 5:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time early this morning. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall is expected. Where? Portions of East Arkansas, including the following counties: Clay and Greene, and southeast Missouri, including the following counties: Dunklin and Pemuscot. When? Until 5:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Impacts: flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations is imminent or occurring. Additional details: at 4:21 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated heavy rain due to thunderstorms. Flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the warned area. Between 2.5 and 4 inches of rain have fallen. Some locations that will experience flooding include Kennett, Piggott, Rector, Chalk Bluff Natural Area, Holcomb, St. Francis, Pollard, Greenway, McDougal, St. Francis, Crockett, Nimmons, Rhine, Hargrave Corner, Holly Island, Pred, Bell City, Caryville, Leonard, and Lorraine. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood turnaround. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles.
The National Weather Service in Tulsa has issued a flash flood warning for southwestern Crawford County in northwestern Arkansas, northern Sebastian County in west central Arkansas, southeastern Sequoia County in east central Oklahoma, northeastern Lafleur County in southeastern Oklahoma until 6:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 3:27 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 and 3 inches of rain have fallen. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Expected hazards include flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source: radar. The following impacts are expected: flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Fort Smith, Van Buren, Sallisaw, Charleston, Greenwood, Barling, Pensacola, Moldau, Roland, Lavaca, Arcoma, Hackett, Bonanza, Gans, Moffett, Fort Smith Regional Airport, Jenny Lind, Excelsior, Burnville, Bloomer. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be especially cautious at night when it is harder to recognize the dangers of flooding.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
The National Weather Service in Tulsa has issued a flash flood warning for Cherokee County in east central Oklahoma, western Sequoia County in east central Oklahoma, western Adair County in northeastern Oklahoma until 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time. At 3:50 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 and 3 inches of rain have fallen. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Expected hazards include flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source: radar. The following impacts are expected: flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Tahlequah, Sallisaw, Vian, Gore, Hulbert, Oaks, Marble City, Cherokee Landing State Park, Cookson, Eldon, Lake Tentacular State Park, Brushy Lake State Park, Scraper, Pegs, Box, Lost City, McKee. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave.
K2360K Warrenton.
KWRE Warrenton, Troy, Wentzville.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
This is a coordinated test of the broadcast stations of your area. Equipment that can quickly warn you during emergencies is being tested. If this had been an actual emergency, official messages would have followed the alert tone. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Positive, encouraging K-Love. The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This has been a test of the emergency alert system, designed to keep you informed in the event of a national, state, or local emergency. Positive, encouraging K-Love.
Harry Pickens.
This is a test of the NOAA radio warning alarm device. During potentially dangerous weather situations, specially built receivers are automatically activated to warn of the impending hazard. Tests are normally conducted by the National Weather Service every Wednesday and Saturday between 10 a.m. and 12 noon. When there is a threat of severe weather in the area, the test is postponed until the first good weather day. Reception of this broadcast and the alarm tone will vary from place to place. This variability, normally more noticeable at greater distances from the transmitter, will occur even though you are using a good quality receiver in perfect working order. The warning alarm will be activated for severe thunderstorm, tornado, and flash flood watches, and for severe weather warnings affecting the following counties in the KIH 54 listening area: Bibb, Blunt, Chilton, Coosa, Jefferson, St. Clair, Shelby, Tuscaloosa, and Walker. This has been a test of the NOAA radio warning alarm device. We now return to our normal programming. These are the 10 a.m. detailed observations across the Birmingham listening area on Saturday, August 17th. At Birmingham, it was partly sunny. Specially built receivers are automatically activated to warn of the impending hazard. Tests are normally conducted by NOAA's National Weather Service every Wednesday between 11 a.m. and 12 noon. When there is a threat of, or existing severe weather in the area on Wednesday, the test is postponed until the first good weather day. Reception of this broadcast and the warning alarm will vary from place to place. This variability, normally more noticeable at greater distances from the transmitter, will occur even though you are using a good quality receiver in perfect working order. The warning alarm will be activated for watches and warnings affecting the following counties: Christian, Dade, Dallas, Douglas, Greene, Laclede, Lawrence, Polk, Stone, Taney, Webster, and Wright. This has been a test of the NOAA Weather Radio Warning System. We now return to normal programming.
This is a test of the emergency alert system.
Aviso de inundaciones repentinas. El Servicio Nacional de Meteorología en San Juan ha emitido un aviso de inundaciones repentinas para San Juan hasta las 4 p.m. A las 12:51 p.m.
This has been a test of the emergency alert system. If this had been an actual emergency, an official message would have followed the alert tone. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Inundaciones repentinas están ocurriendo o se espera que comiencen pronto. Bulletin, flash flood warning. The National Weather Service in San Juan has issued a flash flood warning for San Juan until 4 p.m. At 12:51 p.m., Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the Juan area. Between 1 and 3 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts up to 2 inches are possible in the Juan area. Flash flood warning, its ongoing are expected to begin shortly.
The civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for all of Alaska beginning at 1 o'clock p.m. and ending at 1:15 p.m. This is a required weekly test of the emergency alert system and the Alaska Amber Alert System. Log on.
State College has issued a flash flood warning for North Central Center County in central Pennsylvania, West Central Clinton County in north central Pennsylvania, until 2:45 p.m. At 12:42 p.m., Doppler radar indicated showers producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 and 2 point.
The emergency alert system has been activated. Stand by for important information.
The National Weather Service in Pittsburgh has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Belmont County, southwestern Carroll County.
Utah. Until 1:45 p.m., Mound Lake City has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for south central Box Elder County in northern Utah, northeastern Dwell County in northern Utah. Until 1:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. At 12
New Concord, where along the line from 11 miles southwest of Dover to near Cambridge,
Utah test surging miles south to 10 miles south of Clive, 50 miles southwest of Skull Valley, moving north at 50 miles per hour. In Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Entries. Source. Location radar indicated. New Philadelphia. Impact. Expect damage to roof. Sighting. Entries. Locations impacted include Grantsville, Dell, Mills, Utah Port Washington, Range North, Clive, Skull Valley, Great Salt Lake south of the Causeway, Sewell Army Depot. Utah tests entering range south to Island and Lakeside. This includes Interstate 80 in Utah between mile markers 33 and 88. For your protection, move.
Service in Jackson, Kentucky has issued a severe thunderstorm warning.
Dale, RM of Watch is in effect for City of Saskatoon, RM of Great Bend including Radisson and Borden, RM of Laird including Waltheim, Hepburn and Laird, RM of Ruthven including Ralston, Hague and Carlton, RM of Eagle Creek including Lily and Sunningdale, RM of Coolman Park including Moss, Hensville, Warman and Langham, RM of Purdue including Purdue and Kinley, RM of Brentcoy including Delisle, Asquith and Brentcoy, RM of Aberdeen including Aberdeen, RM of Grant including Vanderpool and Smith, RM of Fletcher including Allen Clavet, Bradwell and Elstow, RM of Montrose including Donovan and Swanson, and RM of Dundurn including Dundurn and Blackstrap Cross Park. Environnement Canada est mis une alerte dans votre région.
This watch includes the following counties. Service in Buffalo has issued a special marine warning for Utah. Remember, a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Wasatch County in northern Utah. East central was located County in northern Utah. Southwestern Summit County in northern Utah. Moving northeast central Utah, 1:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. 34 knots at 12:47 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. A severe thunderstorm was located near Oregon, 7 miles north of trail waves. Moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Include Van Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, sighting, entries. In Sunset, locations impacted include Toronto, Hazard City, Heber City, Oregon, Pleasant Grove, Heber, London, Daniel, Wasatch Mountain State Park, Timber Lakes, Little Cottonwood Canyon, Big Cottonwood Canyon, Wallsburg.
Kentucky has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for north central Powell County, southeastern Montgomery County, west central Morgan County, southeastern Bath County, Menifee
Seems
County,
like there's more identity theft in the news every
until
day.
3:15 p.m. At 2:45
Seems
p.m.,
like there's more identity.
a severe thunderstorm was located over Hope, Oregon, 8 miles west of Frenchburg, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicates damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. This severe thunderstorm will be near Cedar Groves around 2:50 p.m. Frenchburg around 2:55 p.m. to Buffalo, Redford around 3 p.m. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been located near
weather message. The National Weather Service in Cleveland has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for east central Ashland County, Wayne County, and northeastern Ohio until 3:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 2:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Hayesville, or 9 miles southeast of Ashland, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, minor damage to vehicles is possible. Expense. Locations impacted include Worcester, Creston, Hayesville, Smithville, Apple Creek, Jeromesville, Moheganville, and Reedsburg. For your protection, move to an interior room on the National
Ohio, southwestern Pike County in south central Ohio, northwestern Scioto County in south central Ohio, until 3:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Breeze at 2.65.
A severe thunderstorm was located over 2
The National Weather Service in Wilmington has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Mason County, Robertson County, Lewis County, southeastern Brown County, southern Adams County in south central Ohio, Scioto County in south central Ohio, until 4 p.m. At 3:12 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along the line extending from 8 miles east of West Union to 7 miles northwest of Fairview, moving east at 35 miles an hour. Hazard, 60 miles an hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Southeastern Shelby County and central radar indicated. Woodford County impact. Minor hail damage to vehicles is possible. Expect wind damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Portsmouth, Maysville, Wheelersburg, Washington, New Boston, Manchester, Aberdeen, Vanceburg, South Webster, Lewisburg, Rosemount, Clarktown, Camp Dix, Rome, Lucasville, Foxport, Hedda, Grass C, Tollsboro, Sciotadale, and Blue Creek. This is a radar indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Expect damage.
Now here is the official National Weather Service forecast for Southwest Ohio.
Frankfort, Lawrenceburg, Versailles, Midway, Stamping Ground, Slickway, Farmdale, Avonstoke, Bridgeport, and McKees Crossroads. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Large hail, damaging wind, and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning are occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Coshocton County, northwestern Guernsey County, northeastern Muskingum County until 3:15 p.m. At 2:35 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Dresden, or 8 miles north of Zanesville, moving east at 35 miles an hour. Hazard, 60 miles an hour wind gusts and small hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Zanesville, Cambridge, New Concord, North Zanesville, Dresden, Conesville, Plainfield, Norwich, Otsego, Bridgeville, Drake, Bowdoin, and Dillon State Park. Southwestern Erie County in northwestern Pennsylvania until 3:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 2:37 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Albion, or 11 miles east of Conneaut, moving east at 20 miles per hour. The National Weather Service in 60 miles per hour with thunderstorm warning for northwestern Wyoming. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Erie, Edinburgh, Girard, Waterford, Albion, Northwest Harbor Creek, Lawrence Park, Wesleyville, Lake City, Cranesville, Platte, Mill Village, McKean, and Avonia. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Large hail, damaging wind, and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning are occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 3:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following county: Erie, Pennsylvania. Partly sunny, 89 degrees, Moorhead, Kentucky.
This is the NOAA Weather Radio KHA 53 in Rochester. Your source for official weather information across the western
Limestone County, northwestern Morgan County in north central Alabama, northeastern Lawrence County in northwestern Alabama until 2:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 1:29 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Trinity, or near Decatur, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Decatur, Madison, Priceville, Trinity, Tanner,
Somerville, Hillsborough, Mooresville, Bellmina, and Caddo. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Large hail, damaging wind, and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning are occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 2:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Alabama: Lawrence, Limestone, and Morgan. Issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Central Tualatin County in northern Utah until 1 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. At 12:17 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 20 miles south of Utah Test and Training Range south to Dugway Proving Ground Test Range to 18 miles northeast of Fish Springs Wildlife Refuge, moving north at 50 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated and mesonet observed. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Dugway English Village, Dugway Proving Ground Test Range, Utah Test and Training Range South, Dell, Knowles, Clive, Skull Valley, Utah Test and Training Range North, and Bonneville Salt Flats. This includes Interstate 80 in Utah between mile markers 14 and 78. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 1 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time for the following county: Tualatin, Utah.
El Servicio Nacional de Meteorología en San Juan ha extendido el aviso de inundaciones repentinas para San Juan hasta las 5 p.m. A la 1:37 p.m., manejo de emergencias reportó tronadas produciendo lluvias fuertes a través del área bajo aviso. Entre 1 y 3 pulgadas de lluvia han caído. Lluvia adicional de hasta 2 pulgadas son posibles en el área bajo aviso. Inundaciones repentinas están ocurriendo o se espera que comiencen pronto. Bulletin, flash warning. The National Weather Service in San Juan has extended the flash warning for San Juan until 5 p.m. At 1:37 p.m., emergency management reported thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the Warren area. Between 1 and 3 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts up to 2 inches are possible in the Warren area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly.
Issued a severe thunderstorm warning for North Central Jackson County in northeastern Alabama, eastern Lincoln County in Middle Tennessee, southern Franklin County in Middle Tennessee, until 2:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 2:08 p.m. Central Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 6 miles south of Winchester to near Huntland, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Huntland, Anderson, Francisco, Beans Creek, Jericho, Russell Cave National Monument, Maxwell, and Belvedere. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 2:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following county: Jackson, Alabama, and Lincoln, Tennessee.
Whenever if you're the two
Additional details. Moderate to heavy rainfall at times has the potential to produce scattered areas of flash flooding, along with urban and poor drainage flooding. Rainfall rates are expected to be around 1 inch per hour, and possibly as high as 2 inches per hour.
http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop.
At 3:22 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Albion, or 8 miles southeast of Conneaut, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, minor damage to vehicles is possible. Expect damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Erie, Edinburgh, Girard, Cambridge Springs, Waterford, Albion, Lake City, Cranesville, Springboro, Platte, Mill Village, McKean, Venango, and Avonia. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Large hail, damaging wind, and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning are occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm, and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your... Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 4:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following counties in Pennsylvania, Crawford and Erie.
Time. At 3:27 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 8 miles west of South Shore, or 10 miles west of Portsmouth, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to... Service in Morristown has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Marion County until 3:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 2:40 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near South Pittsburgh, or near Bridgeport, moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Jasper, South Pittsburgh, Kimball, Orem, and New Hope. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm, and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Alabama, southeastern Madison County in north-central Alabama, northeastern Coleman County in north-central Alabama, southern Morgan County in north-central Alabama, until 3:30 p.m. Central to 38 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Owens Crossroads to Morgan City to Falkville, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include southern Huntsville, Scottsboro, Hartselle, Guntersville, Arab, Owens Crossroads, Falkville, Grant, Woodville, and Morgan City. 4. Southeastern Lumpkin County in north-central Georgia, northwestern Banks County in northeastern Georgia, southern White County in northeastern Georgia, northeastern Hall County in north-central Georgia, until 4:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 3:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Garland, or near Cleveland, moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. Hazard,
60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Dahlonega, Cleveland, Lula, Claremont, Raoul, Camp Coleman Lake, Garland, Leaf, Mossy Creek, Hollingsworth, Qualachie Lake, and Turner's Corner. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. If you see wind damage, hail, or flooding, wait until the storm has passed, and then call the National Weather Service toll-free at 1-866-763-4466 or tweet us your report at NWS Atlanta.
Utah, Central Summit County in northern Utah, southwestern Uinta County in southwestern Wyoming until 2:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. At 1:50 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 17 miles east of Cookville to 17 miles northeast of Mirror Lake, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Evanston, Robertson, Reagan, Altamont, Piedmont, and Leroy. This includes the following highways: Interstate 80 in Utah near mile marker 196. Mirror Lake Highway between mile markers 46 and 54. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Large hail and damaging winds and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning is occurring with these storms. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Torrential rainfall is occurring with these storms and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 2:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time for the following county: Rich, Utah. If you see wind damage, hail, or flooding, wait until the storm has passed, and then call the National Weather Service toll-free at 1-866-763-4466 or tweet us your report at Atlanta.
County in East Central Ohio. Harrison County in East Central Ohio. Jefferson, Ohio County in East Central Ohio. Brooke County in Northern West Virginia. Hancock County in Northern West Virginia. Until 4:45 p.m. Daylight Time. A severe thunderstorm was located over Benton, moving east at 15 miles per hour. Northeast at 40 miles per hour. 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Wind gusts. Source. Radar indicated. Impact. Hail damage to vehicles damage to roofs, siding, and wind damage to roofs. Locations impacted include Weirton, Steubenville, Cadiz, Wellsburg, Freeport, Toronto, Wintersville, Mingle Junction, Follansbee, Hooverson Heights,
For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
Smithfield, CO, Adana, Franklin, Jewett, and Dillonvale. Seek shelter in...
Buffalo has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Erie County until 4:45 p.m. At 3:56 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near North Collins, 13 miles southwest of Hamburg, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Hamburg, East Aurora, Boston, Eden, Colden, Orchard Park, Gowanda, North Collins, East Concord, and Alma Center. This includes Interstate 90 near Exit 57A. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. 8 miles west of Charleston or 10 miles north of Cleveland, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Cleveland, Athens, Benton, Charleston, East Cleveland, Calhoun, Riceville, Herald View, Hopewell, and Big Spring. This includes Interstate 75 in Tennessee between mile markers 23 and 45. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Waterford, or 15 miles southeast of Erie, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, minor damage to vehicles is possible. Expect damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Corry, Union City, Waterford, Wattsburg, Mill Village, and Elgin. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Large hail, damaging wind, and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning are occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm, and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following county: Erie, Pennsylvania.
Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Catoosa County in northwestern Georgia, northeastern Murray County in northwestern Georgia, northeastern Whitfield County in northwestern Georgia, until 4:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:07 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Varnell, or 8 miles east of Ringgold, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Chatsworth, Varnell, Eaton, Tunnel Hill, Cohutta, Crandall, Sumac, Gregory, Conasauga Lake, Jenga, Beaverdale, Dunville, Cisco, Red Clay State Park, and Appleton. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. If you see wind damage, hail, or flooding, wait until the storm has passed, and then call the National Weather Service toll-free at 1-866-674-4666 or tweet us your report at Atlanta. The National Weather Service in Morristown has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Central Polk County until 4:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:03 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Benton, moving east at 15 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Benton, Reliance, Arkville. The severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Sequatchie, northeastern Marion, and central Hamilton counties will expire at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or 3:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The storm which prompted the warning has weakened below severe limits, and no longer poses an immediate threat to life or property. Therefore, the warning will be allowed to expire. However, gusty winds are still possible with this thunderstorm. To report severe weather, contact your nearest law enforcement agency. They will relay your report to the National Weather Service Morristown.
Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:07 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Waterford, or 15 miles southeast of Erie, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, minor damage to vehicles is possible. Expect damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Corey, Union City, Waterford, Wattsburg, Mill Village, and Elgin. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Large hail, damaging wind, and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning are occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm, and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following county: Erie, Pennsylvania.
The National Weather Service in Sterling, Virginia has issued a special marine warning for tidal Potomac from Indian Head to Cobb Island, Maryland, until 5:15 p.m. At 4:08 p.m., a line of strong thunderstorms were located from Triangle to Fredericksburg, moving east at 15 knots. Hazard, wind gusts 34 knots or greater. Source, radar indicated. Impact, boaters and small craft could be thrown overboard by suddenly higher winds and waves capsizing their vessel. Locations impacted include Quantico, Potomac Creek, Widewater, Maryland Point, Indian Head, Occoquan Bay, Nanjemoy Creek, Lee Sylvania State Park, Smallwood State Park, Brent Point, and Fairview Beach. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected.
A.m. Sunday through late Sunday night. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall is possible. Where? Portions of northern Delaware, Castle, New Jersey, including the following areas: Camden, Gloucester, Hunterdon, Mercer, Middlesex, Morris, northwestern Burlington, Salem, Somerset, Sussex, Warren and western Monmouth, and Pennsylvania, including the following areas: Berks, Delaware, eastern Chester, eastern Montgomery, Lehigh, Lower Bucks, Northampton, Philadelphia, Upper Bucks, western Chester and western Montgomery. When? From 2 a.m. Sunday through late Sunday night. Impacts: excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Flooding may occur in poor drainage and urban areas. Additional details: heavy rain and thunderstorms associated with an approaching cold front will produce widespread rainfall amounts of 1 to 3 inches with locally higher amounts of 4 inches or more possible. http://www.weather.gov/safety/ flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop.
National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Walker County in northwestern Georgia, southwestern Dade County in northwestern Georgia, northern Chattooga County in northwestern Georgia, until 5 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:16 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Cooper Heights, or 9 miles southeast of Trenton, moving southeast at 20 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail.
Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Lafayette, Tryon, Lafayette, Naomi, Center Post, Rising Fawn, Linwood, Sebigna, Settles Mill, and Villano. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. If you see wind damage, hail or flooding, wait until the storm has passed, and then call the National Weather Service toll-free at 1-866-763-4466 or tweet us your report at Atlanta. Pittsburgh has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Allegheny County in southwestern Pennsylvania, central Westmoreland County in southwestern Pennsylvania, southern Armstrong County in west central Pennsylvania, southeastern Butler County in west central Pennsylvania, southwestern Indiana County in west central Pennsylvania, until 5 p.m. At 4:19 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Wilkins Township, or over Monroeville, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Pittsburgh, Penn Hills, Monroeville, Greensburg, McKeesport, Jeanette, Latrobe, Vandergrift, Katanning, Apollo, Shaler Township, Plum, West Mifflin, Baldwin, Murraysville, Hampton Township, Wilkinsburg, Whitehall, South Park Township, and New Kensington. Seek shelter inside a well-built structure and stay away from windows. The storm is capable of producing damaging winds and large hail. Continuous cloud-to-ground lightning is occurring with this storm. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Service in Peachtree City has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Catoosa County in northwestern Georgia, southwestern Murray County in northwestern Georgia, southern Whitfield County in northwestern Georgia, southeastern Walker County in northwestern Georgia, northwestern Gordon County in northwestern Georgia, until 5:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:29 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Noble, or near Lafayette, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Dalton, Calhoun, Lafayette, Chickamauga, Rizacca, Lafayette, Naomi, Noble, Wood Station, Rocky Face, Tilton, Mill Creek, Linwood, Beaumont, Villano, Sugar Valley, North Georgia Speedway, and Rock Spring. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. If you see wind damage, hail or flooding, wait until the storm has passed, and then call the National Weather Service toll-free at 1-866-763-4466 or tweet us your report at Atlanta. Weather Bulletin. For the following counties, in Pennsylvania, Allegheny, Beaver and Washington, and Jefferson, Ohio, and the following counties, in West Virginia, Brooke and Hancock. The National Weather Service in Pittsburgh has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for East Central Jefferson, Ohio County in East Central Ohio, Northwestern Allegheny County in Southwestern Pennsylvania, Northwestern Washington County in Southwestern Pennsylvania, South Central Beaver County in Western Pennsylvania, Brooke County in Northern West Virginia, Hancock County in Northern West Virginia, until 5:30 p.m. At 4:39 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Follinsby, or near Weirton, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail.
Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Moon Township, McMurray, Weirton, Steubenville, Canonsburg, Wellsburg, Avella, Robinson Township, Cecil Bishop, Coraopolis, Toronto, Sewickley, Mingo Junction, Follinsby, Hooverson Heights, Imperial, McDonald, Sturgeon Noblesstown, Leetsdale and Edgeworth. Seek shelter inside a well-built structure and stay away from windows. The storm is capable of producing damaging winds and large hail.
National Weather Service in Huntsville, Alabama has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Jackson County in northeastern Alabama, northeastern Madison County in north central Alabama, southeastern Lincoln County in Middle Tennessee, southern Franklin County in Middle Tennessee, until 4:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 3:25 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 9 miles southeast of Huntland, or 15 miles south of Winchester, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Evanston, Huntland, New Market, Anderson, Hightop, Bass, Plevna, Jericho, Elora, and Estill Fork. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 4:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Alabama: Jackson and Madison, and Lincoln, Tennessee.
The National Weather Service in Buffalo has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Livingston County, eastern Genesee County, Monroe County, northwestern Ontario County, until 5:30 p.m. At 4:31 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over La Roy, or 9 miles east of Batavia, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles isn't damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Location, Greece, Irondequoit, Chilai, East Rochester, Webster, Fairport, Brighton, Gates North Gates, and Henrietta. This includes the following highways: Interstate 390 between exits 10 and 12. Interstate 90 between exits 45 and 47. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Weather Service in Jackson, Kentucky has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Rowan County, northwestern Elliott County, until 5 p.m. At 4:29 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Haldeman, or near Moorhead, moving east at 20 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. This severe thunderstorm will be near Haldeman around 4:35 p.m. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5 p.m. for the following counties in Kentucky: Elliott and Rowan.
County in southeastern Kentucky, southeastern Bath County in east central Kentucky, Menifee County in east central Kentucky, southeastern Rowan County in east central Kentucky, central Wolfe County in southeastern Kentucky, Elliott County in east central Kentucky, until 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:34 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Christie to near Yale to Figan, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Severe thunderstorms will be near Frankfurt around 4:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Stoll around 4:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Henry around 4:50 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Other locations in the path of these severe thunderstorms include West Liberty, Steele, and Lewis.
National Weather Service in Jackson, Kentucky has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Morgan County, southeastern Bath County, Menifee County, southeastern Rowan County, central Wolfe County, Elliott County, until 5:30 p.m. At 4:34 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Christie to near Yale to Figan, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Severe thunderstorms will be near Frenchburg around 4:40 p.m. Stoll around 4:45 p.m. Henry around 4:50 p.m. Other locations in the path of these severe thunderstorms include West Liberty, Steele, and Lewis. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:30 p.m. for the following counties in Kentucky: Bath, Elliott, Menifee, Morgan, Rowan, and Wolfe.
We are the recreation air and interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Cloudy in the evening, then becoming mostly cloudy with this storm. 19 degrees, flooding. Elsewhere in South Carolina, at Anderson, it was sunny with a temperature of 92. It was mostly sunny with a temperature of 91 at Clemson, 89 at Greenwood, and 90 at Columbia. At Charleston, it was partly sunny by power outage of unpossible. In northern Georgia, light outage range to most of the town, partly sunny. Locations it was 92 at Athens, 91 at Gainesville, and 93 at Atlanta. Temperature was in North Carolina, skies ranged from mostly sunny toward Tobacco River, and the temperature was average toward Tobacco Village, and Southern Airfield, 89 for your protection exterior room on the lowest floor of the building at Chattanooga. Thunder was reported with a temperature of 80. It was partly sunny with a temperature of 87. Weather forecasting for the warning. Metro area begins around 4 p.m. for the Greenville temperature. Northeastern Alabama, northeastern. Now for the official National Weather Service for news. Upstate South Carolina, the temperature of 87 in Clarksburg. Tonight, partly cloudy around North Carolina. Showers and thunderstorms fall midnight. PM flows around 70. Severe southwest with around 5 miles per hour. Miles south of Winchester. Sunday has the lower next west wind to 15 miles an hour. Partly sunny. The has issued severe thunderstorm watch number 632, effective until 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This watch includes the following counties: St. Clair, Alabama. Monday night, mostly clear. Lows in the lower 60s. For your northwest 5 to 10 miles an hour on the low, the extended forecast south central for the lower 30s and quarter south in State Park 5 to 10 miles for your protection move to The National Weather Service has issued severe thunderstorm watch watch number 632, effective until 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This watch includes the following counties in Georgia: Banks, Albert, Franklin, Habersham, Hall, Hart, Raven, Stevens, Towns, and White, and the following counties in North Carolina: Cherokee, Clay, and the following counties in South Carolina: Abbeville, Anderson, Oconee, and Pickens.
Lake Norman State Park. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest
Monroe County, northwestern flow has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Livingston County, eastern Jersey County, Monroe County, northwestern Ontario County, until 5:30 p.m. 4:31 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over La Roy, or 9 miles east of Batavia, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour in gusts and quarter-sized hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles isn't damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Location, Greece, Irondequoit, Chilai, East Rochester, Webster, Airport. The Weather Service in James, Kentucky has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Morgan County. The Weather Service in James, Kentucky has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Morgan County, southeastern Bath County, Menifee County, southeastern Rowan County, central Wolf County, Elliott County, until 5:30 p.m. At 4:34 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Christie to near Yale to Higgins, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. Source, hazard, 60 miles per hour in gusts and quarter-sized hail. Source, radar indicated. Damage to roofs. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Severe thunderstorms will be near. Frenchburg around 4:50 p.m. A strong thunderstorm was located over Maryland Point, moving east at 20 knots.
4:50 p.m.
Hazard, wind gusts 34 knots or greater and small hail.
Storms include
Source, radar indicated. Impact, boats of small craft could be thrown overboard by suddenly higher winds and waves capsizing their vessels. Locations impacted include Swan Point, Lapaz Point, United States, 301 Nice Memorial Bridge, Westmoreland State Park, Port Tobacco River, Hope Street, Carp Island, and Colonial Beach. Frequent lightning is occurring with this storm.
For further updates.
Per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Macon, Jeffersonville, Danville, Allentown, Marion, Harborsville, Bullard, Griswoldville, Fitzpatrick, Ripley, Huber, Cross Keys, District Path, Dry Branch, Myrick's Mill, Cary, and Franklinton. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. If you see wind damage, hail, or flooding, wait until the storm has passed, and then call the National Weather Service toll-free at 1-866-763-4466 or tweet us your report at NWS Atlanta. The National Weather Service in Greenville-Spartanburg has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Henderson County in western North Carolina, Polk County in western North Carolina, northeastern Greenville County in upstate South Carolina, northwestern Spartanburg County in upstate South Carolina, until 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:48 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 6 miles northwest of Columbus, or 5 miles northeast of Saluda, moving southeast at 15 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, minor hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Columbus, Landrum, Tryon, Campobello, Saluda, Mill Spring, Lake Adger, Dana, Gowinsville, and Green Creek. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Please report damaging winds, hail, or flooding to the National Weather Service by calling toll-free 1-800-267-8101 or by posting on our Facebook page or tweet it using hashtag NWSGSP. Your message should describe the event and the specific location where it occurred.
Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following counties in North Carolina, Henderson and Polk, and the following counties in South Carolina, Greenville and Spartanburg.
Central Kentucky until 5:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:52 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Lebanon, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Danville, Lebanon, Stanford, Lancaster, Junction City, Crab Orchard, Perryville, Loretto, Hustonville, and Brumfield. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Hail, damaging wind, and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning are occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning.
Southeastern DeKalb County in northeastern Alabama until 4:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 3:56 p.m. Central Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Fort Payne to near Crossville, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Fort Payne, Rainsville, Henniger, Crossville, Sylvania, Fife, Valley Head, Hammondville, Mentone, and Pine Ridge. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 4:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following county, DeKalb, Alabama. Has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Lawrence County in northeastern Kentucky until 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 4:56 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Wrigley, or 8 miles north of West Liberty, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Louisa, Blaine, Yatesville Lake State Park, Fort Gate, Ulysses, Martha, Charlie, and Houckville. The National Weather Service in Charleston, West Virginia has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Mingo County in southern West Virginia, northwestern Logan County in southern West Virginia, until 5:45 p.m. At 5:04 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located 9 miles east of Hode, or 15 miles east of Inez, moving east at 10 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Chief Logan State, Mount Gay Shamrock, Holden, Mitchell Heights, Verdunville, Dingus, and Breeden. This includes Route 119 between mile markers 17 and 35. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:45 p.m. for the following county, Mingo, West Virginia. The National Weather Service in Jackson, Kentucky has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for central Estill County, northwestern Breathitt County, Lee County, Wolfe County, until 5:45 p.m. At 5:05 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Red River Gorge to Sea to Prize, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Severe thunderstorms will be near Canton around 5:10 p.m. Beattyville around 5:15 p.m. White Ash around 5:20 p.m. Daysboro around 5:25 p.m. Other locations in the path of these severe thunderstorms include Simpson and Rose Fork. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:45 p.m. for the following counties in Kentucky: Breathitt, Estill, Lee, and Wolf.
Storm was located over North Georgia Speedway, or 7 miles southwest of Chatsworth, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Dalton, Chatsworth, East Elijah, Talking Rock, Ranger, Carters, Talina, Tales Creek, Ramhurst, Tilton, Audubon, Blaine, Talmadge, Oakman, Nicholsville, North Georgia Speedway, Hinton, and Round Top. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. If you see wind damage, hail, or flooding, wait until the storm has passed, and then call the National Weather Service toll-free at 1-866-673-4466 or tweet us your report at Atlanta.
Eastern Harrison County in East Central Ohio, Central Jefferson, Ohio County in East Central Ohio, Northwestern Washington County in Southwestern Pennsylvania, Southwestern Beaver County in Western Pennsylvania, Brooke County in Northern West Virginia, Hancock County in Northern West Virginia, until 6 p.m. At 5:10 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Cadiz, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Weirton, Steubenville, East Liverpool, Cadiz, Toronto, Wintersville, Mingo Junction, Follinsby, Chester, New Cumberland, Hopeeville, Smithfield, Newell, Adana, Jewett, Richmond, New Athens, New Manchester, Empire, and Stratton. Seek shelter inside a well-built structure and stay away from windows. The storm is capable of producing damaging winds.
The National Weather Service issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Harrison County, southwestern Coosa County, until 5 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 4:19 p.m. Central Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along the line. A strong thunderstorm. The National Weather Service in Mobile has issued a special marine warning for North Mobile Bay, South Mobile Bay, until 5:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 4:13 p.m. Central Daylight Time, strong thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 26 nautical miles northeast of mouth of Mobile River to 14 nautical miles north of Battleship Park to 16 nautical miles west of Pinto Island to 20 nautical miles northwest of Grand Bay, moving southeast at 20 knots. Hazard, wind gusts 34 knots or greater. Source, radar. Impact, small craft could be damaged and briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. Locations impacted include Deer Island, East Island, Dog River Bridge, East Fowl River Bridge, Farrell Pier, Middle Bay Light, mouth of Mobile River, Battleship Park. Green Bay has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Oconto County until 4:30 p.m. At 3:56 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located 8 miles southwest of Oconto, or 16 miles northwest of Bayshore Park, moving south at 25 miles an hour. Hazard, 60 miles an hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Little Swamico, Abrams, Stiles, Brookside, and Sobieski. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. The National Weather The National Weather Service in Louisville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northern Lincoln County, southern Garrett County, central Marion County, southeastern Washington County, Boyle County, north central Casey County until 5:45 p.m. At 4:52 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Lebanon, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour with gusts and nickel-sized hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Danville, Lebanon, Stanford, Lancaster, Junction City, Crab Orchard, Perryville, Loretto, Espanville, and Brumfield. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:45 p.m. for the following counties in Kentucky, Casey, Lincoln, and Marion.
Redbud, Folsom, Audubon, Salicoa Valley, Pine Log, Talmadge, Sugar Valley, Funkhauser, and Nicholsville. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. If you see wind damage, hail, or flooding, wait until the storm has passed, and then call the National Weather Service toll-free at 1-866-763-4664 or tweet us your report at Atlanta. Central Licking County until 6 p.m. At 5:20 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Granville South, moving east at 25 miles an hour. Hazard, 60 miles an hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, minor hail damage to vehicles is possible. Expect wind damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Newark, Grahamville, Utica, Hanover, Granville South, Martin, Alexandria, St. Louisville, Fredonia, U.S. Route 62 at State Route 661, Fallsburg, and Purity.
The civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for RAMSEMN, beginning at 5:18 p.m. and ending at 6:18 p.m. This is a required weekly test.
At 5:09 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Wrightville, or 17 miles east of Meadville, moving northeast at 15 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, minor damage to vehicles is possible. Expect damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Riceville and Spartansburg. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Large hail, damaging wind, and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning are occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways.
The National Weather Service in Cleveland has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Holmes County in northeastern Ohio until 6:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 5:25 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Farmerstown, or 8 miles southeast of Millersburg, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, minor damage to vehicles is possible. Expect damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Walnut Creek, Cigar Creek, Farmerstown, Baltic, and Charm. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Large hail, damaging wind, and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning are occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm and may lead to flash flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 6:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the following county: Holmes, Ohio. Thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:15 p.m. Central Daylight
60 miles per hour wind gusts.
Source,
radar indicated.
Boiling Springs, South Carolina.
Animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. This severe thunderstorm will be near, rain at around 5:35 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Oakdale indoors immediately. 84 lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Meadowlands, and remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by it.
Weather Service in Jackson, Kentucky has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Johnson County, northwestern Floyd County, east central Goffin County until 6 p.m. At 5:28 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Swamp Ranch, Oregon, 8 miles southwest of Source, radar indicated. Impact, people and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. This severe thunderstorm will be near, rain at around 5:35 p.m. Presidentsburg around 5:40 p.m. Dock around 5:45 p.m. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 6 p.m. for the following counties in Kentucky, Floyd, Johnson, and Goffin.
Southern Mississippi, northwestern Pearl River County in southern Mississippi, until 5:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 4:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Varnado, or 12 miles north of Bogalusa, moving south at 10 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Varnado and Angie. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following parish, Washington, Louisiana, and the following counties in Mississippi.
The National Weather Service in Sterling, Virginia has issued a flash flood warning for north central Montgomery County and central Maryland until 8:45 p.m. At 5:37 p.m., Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 and 3 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts up to 1 inch are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard, flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source, radar. Impact, flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Germantown, Damascus, Montgomery Village, Clarksburg, Laytonsville. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles.
Breath storm warning for Owsley County, northwestern Perry County, Breathitt County, Lee County, Wolfe County, until 6:30 p.m. At 5:45 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from Westman to St. Helens to Lower Buffalo to Travelers Rest near Green Hall, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Severe thunderstorms will be near Canton around 5:50 p.m. Jackson around 5:55 p.m. Simpson around 6 p.m. Cotland around 6:05 p.m. Other locations in the path of these severe thunderstorms include Buckhorn and Gaze Creek. The service in State College, Pennsylvania has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for north central Warren County in north central Pennsylvania until 6:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 5:49 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Russell, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Russell. Stay inside a well-built structure and keep away from windows.
Storm warning for Howard County and Montgomery County, effective until 6:53 p.m.
The National Weather Service in Portland has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Lane County in western Oregon until 3:30 p.m. At 2:57 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Hills Creek Reservoir or near Oak Ridge, moving north at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees that include Oak Ridge, Hills Creek Reservoir, West Fir, Hampton, and McCready Springs. In Oregon, this includes State Highway 58 between mile markers 25 and 51. For your
Howard County in central Maryland. Northeastern Montgomery County in central Maryland. Until 6:45 p.m. At 5:53 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles north of Olney, moving northeast at 15 miles an hour. Hazard, 60 miles an hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, damaging winds will cause some trees and large branches to fall. This could injure those outdoors, as well as damage homes and vehicles. Roadways may become blocked by downed trees. Localized power outages are possible. Unsecured light objects may become projectiles. Locations impacted include Columbia, Ellicott City, Eldersburg, Sickesville, Roxbury Mills, Henryton, West Friendship, Glenwood, Glenelg, Dayton, and Marriottsville. Remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A line extending from near Lockhart to near Carlisle to near Roseville State Park, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. The following hazards are expected: 70 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail.
The two scariest words right now are filling and up.
The following impacts are expected: hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect considerable tree damage. Wind damage is also likely to mobile homes.
And Jackson, Kentucky has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Wayne County, southwestern Pulaski County until 8:30 p.m. At 8:02 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Naomi, or 10 miles southwest of Somerset, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour with gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated.
At 6:05
hail
p.m.
damage
Eastern
to
Daylight
vehicles is
Time,
expected.
Doppler radar indicated
Expect wind
thunderstorms
damage to
producing
roofs,
heavy rain across
siding,
the
and
Warren
trees.
area.
This severe thunderstorm will be near. Should around 8:10 p.m.
Additional rainfall amounts up to
Burnside around
1.5
8:15
inches are
p.m.
possible in the Warren
Hicksville
area.
around 8:20 p.m.
Flash flooding is ongoing or
A
expected to
severe
begin shortly.
thunderstorm warning has been issued
Hazard,
until 8:30 p.m. for the
flash flooding
following
caused by
counties
thunderstorms.
in Kentucky,
Source,
Pulaski, and Wayne.
radar. Impact, flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets,
Now
and
for the official
underpasses, as
National
well as
Weather
other
Service
poor
forecast.
drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Guys Mills, Lincolnville, Riceville, Canandaigua Lake, Cochranton, Blooming Valley, Townville, and Spartansburg. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering.
National Weather Service in Wakefield has issued a flash flood warning for northeastern Caroline County until 8 p.m. At 6:05 p.m., Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the Warren area.
between 2 and 3 inches of rain have fallen. The expected rainfall rate is 0.5 to 1 inch in 1 hour. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard, flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source, radar. Impact, flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets and underpasses as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Port Royal, Rappahannock Academy, Vilboro, Corbin, Woodford and Guinea.
In west central Wyoming, west central Fremont County and central Wyoming, until 4:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. At 4:12 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 6 miles north of Marbleton to 7 miles south of Big Sandy, moving north at 30 miles an hour. Hazard, 70 miles an hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. A wind gust of 68 miles an hour was observed at Big Piney Marbleton Airport. Impact, expect considerable tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Severe thunderstorms will be near Big Sandy around 4:20 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Boulder around 4:25 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lower.
Spartanburg has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for south central Caldwell County in western North Carolina, central Burke County in western North Carolina, until 7 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 6:22 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Morganton, moving east at 15 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, minor hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Morganton, Valdez.
The National Weather Service in Peachtree City has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for central Spalding County in west central Georgia, Fayette County in north central Georgia, southwestern Henry County in north central Georgia, Coweta County in west central Georgia, south central Clayton County in north central Georgia, until 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 8:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Newton, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Union, Griffin, Fayetteville, Peachtree City, Hampton, Fairmont, Lovejoy, Sonoy, Brooks, Moreland, Sharpsburg, Turin, Woolsey, Sunnyside, East Griffin, Plant East, Starsville, Inman, and Dunaway Gardens. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor. If you see wind damage, hail or flooding, wait until the storm has passed, and then call the National Weather Service.
Northeastern Lynn County in northwestern Oregon, until 4 p.m. At 3:34 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Idana, or near Detroit, moving northwest at 20 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Detroit and Idana. In Oregon, this includes State Highway 22 east of Salem between mile markers 50 and 61. For your protection,
Severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Lumpkin County in north central Georgia, Banks County in northeastern Georgia, south central White County,
northwestern King and Queen County, northwestern King William County,
until 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 6:40 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Murrayville, Oregon, 8 miles southeast of Dahlonega, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour with gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact,
hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Gainesville, Homer, Lilla, Maysville, Claremont, Gillsville, Murrayville, Highfield Crossroads, Garland, Hollingsworth, and Banks Crossing. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. If you see wind damage, hail, or flooding, wait until the storm has passed.
Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads.
The National Weather Service in Mobile has issued a special marine warning calling North Mobile Bay, South Mobile Bay, until 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 5:41 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a strong thunderstorm was located over Gator Island or near Middle Bay Light, moving southeast at 10 knots. Hazard, wind gusts 34 knots or greater. Source, radar. Impact, small craft could be damaged in briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. Locations impacted include Middle Bay Light, Alabama Port, Point Clear, and Fairhall Pier. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected. Frequent lightning is occurring with this storm. If caught on the open water, stay below deck if possible. Keep away from ungrounded metal objects. Repeating, a special marine warning has been issued until 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following marine locations: North Mobile Bay and South Mobile Bay. Thunderstorm warning for southern Harrison County in south central Indiana, central Meade County in central Kentucky until 7:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 6:41 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 11 miles south of Carefree Town, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Brandenburg, Muldraugh, Ekron, Mockport, Laconia, New Amsterdam, New Boston, Rockhaven, Grahampton, and Central. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Pennsylvania, northeastern Warren County in north central Pennsylvania until 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. For your protection, at 6:54 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Scandia, moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Warren, Bradford, Allegheny State Park, Scandia, Warren South, Kingswood Dam, Chapman State Park, Starbrick, and Clarendon. Radar has indicated rotation within a severe thunderstorm. Although a tornado is not immediately likely, tornadoes can develop quickly during severe thunderstorms. Stay inside a well-built structure and keep away from windows. To report severe weather, contact your nearest law enforcement agency. They will send your report to the National Weather Service office in State College, Pennsylvania. County in northwestern Oregon, southeastern Marion County in northwestern Oregon, until 4:30 p.m. At 3:57 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Bagby Hot Springs, Oregon, 8 miles north of Detroit, moving north at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Bagby Hot Springs. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
in Sacramento has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Tehama County in Northern California, south central Shasta County in Northern California, until 4:45 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. At 4:07 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Rosewood, or 20 miles northwest of Red Bluff, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Redding, Palo Cathedral, Shasta Lake, Anderson, Rosewood, Central Valley, Olinda, Centerville, Central Valley CDP, Millville, Mountain Gate, Eagle, and Cottonwood. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 4:45 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for the following county: Tehama, California.
The National Weather Service in Louisville has
Scott.
issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Harrison County in south central Indiana, eastern Meade County in central Kentucky, southwestern Jefferson County in central Kentucky, southwestern Bullitt County in central Kentucky, northeastern Hardin County in central Kentucky, until 7:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 7:09 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm Brandenburg, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Shepherdsville, Hillview, Lebanon Junction, Muldraugh, West Point, Cupio, Rosewood, Evans Landing, Bardstown Junction, and New Boston. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Franklin County in northeastern Georgia, Hart County in northeastern Georgia, southwestern Anderson County in upstate South Carolina, south central Oconee County in upstate South Carolina, until 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 7:06 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 9 miles northwest of Hartwell, or near Lavonia, moving east at 10 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, minor hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Hardwell, Reed Creek, Lavonia, Gumlog, Cannon, Bowersville, Tougaloo State Park, Lake Hardwell, Fairplay, and Sadler's Creek State Park. Brief damaging winds will blow down trees and power lines over small areas. A brief period of large hail is also possible. Seek shelter. Large hail, damaging wind, and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning are occurring with this storm. Move indoors immediately. Lightning is one of nature's leading killers. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you are close enough to be struck by lightning. If on or near Lake Hartwell, get away from the water and move indoors or inside a vehicle. Storm warning for southeastern Clackamas County in northwestern Oregon, eastern Marion County in northwestern Oregon, until 4:45 p.m. At 4:11 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Brightonbush Springs, or 11 miles northeast of Detroit, moving north at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. This severe thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas of southeastern Clackamas and eastern Marion counties. For your The National Weather Service in Birmingham has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northern Randolph County in east central Alabama, southeastern Cleburne County in east central Alabama until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 6:11 p.m. Central Daylight Time, to Corinth, Oregon, 7 miles south of Heflin, moving east at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Heflin, Ramburn, Morrison Crossroads, Abernathy, Foster's Crossroads, Corinth, Graham, Hollis Crossroads, Newell, Trickham, Lake Cleburne, Nickerville, Chalafinney, and Camp Sequoia. Thunderstorm warning for central Logan County in south central Kentucky, northwestern Simpson County in south central Kentucky until 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 6:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles northeast of Russellville, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Russellville, Anderson, Auburn, Cooperstown, Innsco, Dennis, Chandler's Chapel, South Union, Costello, and Gasper. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
Warning for southeastern Clackamas County in northwestern Oregon, eastern Marion County in northwestern Oregon, until 4:45 p.m. At 4:11 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Brightonbush Springs, or 11 miles northeast of Detroit, moving north at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. This severe thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas of southeastern Clackamas and eastern Marion counties. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
A large fast-moving fire in the area of the Pocatello Airport and Simplot.
National Weather Service in Jackson, Kentucky has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Harlan County, northeastern Bell County, southwestern Leslie County, southeastern Clay County, until 8 p.m. At 7:18 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Spring Creek, or 12 miles southeast of Manchester, moving southeast at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. This severe thunderstorm will be near War Branch around 7:25 p.m. Spruce Pine around 7:30 p.m. Bledsoe around 7:35 p.m. Other locations in the path of the severe thunderstorm include Loyal and Harlan. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 8 p.m. for the following counties in Kentucky: Bell, Clay, Harlan, and Leslie.
Marine warning for Chandler Sound, Lake Borgne, Mississippi Sound, until 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 6:21 p.m. Central Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Lake Pontchartrain, Lake Maurepas to 9 nautical miles north of Ryegullets, moving south at 25 knots. Hazard, wind gusts to 40 knots. Source, radar. Impact, small craft could be damaged and briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. Locations impacted include Lake Borgne, Eklosky, and Ryegullets. Strong winds will be dangerous. Storm warning for
Fremont County and central Wyoming until 5:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. At 5:22 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Fort Washakie to 7 miles southeast of Hudson, moving east at 40 miles an hour. Hazard, 60 to 65 miles an hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect possible damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Severe thunderstorms will be near ET and Hudson around 5:25 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Arapahoe around 5:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Southwestern River 10, Kinnear, and Ocean Lake around 5:35 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 5.
Has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for south central Clackamas County in northwestern Oregon, southeastern Marion County in northwestern Oregon, northeastern Lynn County in northwestern Oregon, until 4:45 p.m. At 4:23 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Marion Forks, Oregon, 12 miles southeast of Detroit, moving north at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Detroit, Idana, Brighton Bush Springs, and Marion Forks. In Oregon, this includes State Highway 22 east of Salem between mile markers 51 and 71. For your The National Weather Service in Portland has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for south central Clackamas County in northwestern Oregon, southeastern Marion County in northwestern Oregon, northeastern Lynn County in northwestern Oregon, until 4:45 p.m. At 4:23 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Marion Forks, Oregon, 12 miles southeast of Detroit, moving north at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Detroit, Idana, Brighton Bush Springs. In Oregon, this includes State Highway 22 east of Salem between mile markers 51 and 71. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
The National Weather Service in Portland has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Clackamas County in northwestern Oregon until 5 p.m. At 4:23 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over 3 Links, or 17 miles southwest of Government Camp, moving north at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. This severe thunderstorm will remain over mainly rural areas of southeastern Clackamas and eastern Marion counties. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. The National Weather Service in Cleveland, near shore and open waters from Avon Point, Ohio to Geneva on the Lake Ohio until 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 7:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, strong thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 10 nautical miles southeast of Willowick to near Cleveland, moving northeast at 20 knots. Hazard, wind gusts 34 knots or greater. Source, radar. Impact, small craft could be damaged in briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. Locations impacted include Cleveland. Frequent lightning is occurring with these storms. If caught on the open water, stay below deck if possible. Keep away from ungrounded metal objects.
northern Coahuila County in west central Georgia, southwestern Fulton County in north central Georgia, until 8:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 7:32 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Bowdoin, Oregon, 12 miles west of Carrollton, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Newton, Carrollton, City of South Fulton, Fairburn, Palmetto, Bowdoin, Mount Zion, Whitesburg, Ephesus, Centralhatchee, Sharpsburg, Turin, Rouville, Chattahoochee Hills, East Newton, Plant Yates, Seton Lake, Dunaway Gardens, Clem, and John Tanner State Park. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. If you see wind damage, hail or flooding, wait until
Northwestern Hancock County, southwestern Lee County in southwestern Virginia, until 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 8:42 p.m. Eastern Daylight
Central
Time,
Clinton County, southwestern Russell County, northeastern Cumberland County, southern Adair County, until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 6:34 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 8 miles northeast of Burkasco, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and nickel-sized hail source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Bryan, Despa, Cartwright, Snow, Cundiff, Cumberland City, Savage, Ida, Marlow, and Creelsboro. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following counties in Kentucky, Adair, Clinton, and Russell.
And listen to any local radio, television, or cable outlet for further updates.
At 5:41 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, a strong outflow boundary was located near Arapahoe, which is 8 miles west of River 10, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. Hazard, 60 to 65 miles an hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Wind gusts of 60 to 65 miles an hour have been observed. Impact, expect possible damage to roofs, siding, and trees. This severe thunderstorm will be near River 10 around 5:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time.
National Weather Service
For your protection, move to an
a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Claiborne County, northwestern.
Has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for central Buncombe County in western North Carolina until 8:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 7:50 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 8 miles south of Marshall or near Leicester, moving east at 15 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, minor hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Asheville, Black Mountain, Woodfin, Swannanoa, Weaverville, Leicester, and a portion of the Blue Ridge Parkway between East Asheville and Craggy Gardens. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Large hail, damaging wind, and continuous cloud-to-ground lightning are occurring.
Take all necessary precautions and listen to any local radio.
Severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Lockhart to near Carlisle to near Rose. In Columbia has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for western Fairfield County in central South Carolina, Newberry County in central South Carolina, until 8:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 7:39 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Lockhart to near Carlisle to near Roseville State Park, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. The following hazards are expected. The Weather Service in Morristown has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Claiborne County in East Tennessee, northwestern Hancock County in East Tennessee, southwestern Lee County in southwestern Virginia until 9:30 p.m. At 8:42 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Cubit, or 12 miles east of Middlesboro, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour in gusts and penny-sized hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Tismol, Harrogate, Howard Corner, Ewing, Evanston, and Powell River Preserve. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm
and Emery Ranger District Office.
The National Weather Service in Jackson, Kentucky has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Wayne County, southwestern Pulaski County until 8:30 p.m. At 8:02 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Naomi, or 10 miles southwest of Somerset, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. This severe thunderstorm will be near Kidder around 8:10 p.m. Burnside around 8:15 p.m. Takeville around 8:20 p.m. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 8:30 p.m. for the following counties in Kentucky, Pulaski, and Wayne. County in northwestern Oregon, southeastern Multnomah County in northwestern Oregon, southeastern Clark County in southwestern Washington, southwestern Skamania County in southwestern Washington, until 5:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. At 5:03 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 6 miles west of Lolo Pass to near Estacada, moving north at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, trained weather spotters. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations in Packby, Stevenson, Cascade Locks, Vancouver, Gresham, Camas, Troutdale, Skamania, Mount Hood Village, Estacada Falls, Loring, Corbett, Fairview, Village, Dodson, Warrendale, and Bonneville Fish Hatchery. In Washington, this includes State Route 14 between mile markers 10 and 42. This includes the following highways in Oregon: Interstate 84 between mile markers 14 and 43. Due south, Highway 26 east of Portland between mile markers 15 and 39. For your from Stake Island Law to southwest pass of the Mississippi River from 20 to 60 nautical miles, coastal waters from Pascagoula, Mississippi to Stake Island, Louisiana out 20 to 60 nautical miles, coastal waters from Pascagoula, Mississippi to Stake Island out 20 nautical miles, coastal waters from the southwest pass of the Mississippi River to Port Fourcon, Louisiana out 20 nautical miles, Lake Borgne, Lake Pontchartrain, and Lake Moripous, Mississippi Sound, until 8:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 7:13 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Eklosky, moving south at 25 knots. Hazard, wind gusts to 40 knots. Source, radar. Impact, small craft could be damaged in briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. Locations impacted include Lake Borgne, Pilatown, Chandler Sound, Breton Sound, and Rigolets. Strong winds will be dangerous for boaters or anyone near the water. Make sure all on board are wearing life jackets. For Central Spalding County in West Central Georgia, Fayette County in North Central Georgia, Southwestern Henry County in North Central Georgia, Coweta County in West Central Georgia, South Central Clayton County in North Central Georgia, until 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 8:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Noonan, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, Locations impacted include Newton, Griffin, Fayetteville, Peachtree City, Hampton, Tyrone, Lovejoy, Sonoy, Brooks, Moreland, Sharpsburg, Turin, Wolsey, Sunnyside, East Newton, East Griffin, Plan Yates, Stars Mill, Inman, and Dunaway Gardens. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. If you see wind damage, hail or flooding, wait until the storm has passed, and then call the National Weather Service toll-free at 1-866-763-4466 or tweet us your report at NWS Atlanta. Georgia, Fayette County in north till 10:30 p.m. At 8:17 p.m., Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 and 2 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard: flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source: radar. Impact: flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include St. Stephen's Church, Newtown, Boulaville, Miller's Tavern, Mangohick, Orenton, Isco, Indian Neck, Upshaw, Globe, Pollard's Corner, Geller, Green Fork, Rexburg, Hickworth, Dunbrook, Mount Landing, Calno and Howardens. Turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Flood warning for Essex County, Northwestern King and Queen County, Northwestern King William County, Southeastern Caroline County, until 10:30 p.m. At 8:17 p.m., Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 and 2 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts of 1 to 2 inches are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard: flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source: radar. Impact: flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets and underpasses, as well as views. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include St. Stephen's Church, Newtown, Boulaville, Miller's Tavern, Mangohick, Orenton, Isco, Indian Neck, Upshaw, Globe, Pollard's Corner, Geller, Green Fork, Rexburg, Hickworth, Dunbrook, Mount Landing, Calno and Howardens. Turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Please report. Stolen warning for southwestern Fairfield County in central South Carolina, southeastern Newberry County in central South Carolina, northern Lexington County in central South Carolina, northwestern Richland County in central South Carolina, until 9:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 8:24 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Winsboro to Jenkinsville to near Prosperity, moving southeast at 35 miles per hour. 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source: radar indicated. The following impacts are expected. Expect damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Columbia, Lexington, West Columbia, Casey, Irmo, Forest Acres, Springdale, St. Andrews, VC Summer Nuclear Station, Dentsville, Oak Grove, Highway 6 at Lake Murray Dam, Red Bank, Arcadia Lakes, Columbia International University, Jenkinsville, Harbison State Forest, Seth Centennial State Park, South Carolina State Fairgrounds, and West Columbia Riverwalk. The National Weather Service in Nashville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Pickett County in Middle Tennessee, northern Fentress County in Middle Tennessee, until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 7:34 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles south of Sunnybrook, or 8 miles north of Jamestown, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard: 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source: radar indicated. Impact: expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Jamestown, Allard, Paul Mall, and Pickett State Park. For your lowest floor of a building,
have a plan and be prepared to move. This is a level 1 evacuation, due to a fire in the Egypt/Egypt Loop Road area. Please be prepared to leave the area. Further notices will be coming. Call 911 for emergencies.
Has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Claiborne County, northwestern Hancock County, southwestern Lee County in southwestern Virginia until 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 8:42 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Cubage, or 12 miles east of Mid-Lesboro, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Tazewell, Harrogate, Howard Quarter, Ewing, Evanston, and Powell River Preserve. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A severe thunderstorm warning for Spalding County in west central Georgia, southeastern Fayette County in north central Georgia, northwestern Bibb County in central Georgia, northern Pike County in west central Georgia, Monroe County in central Georgia, south central Henry County in north central Georgia, Butts County in central Georgia, northwestern Jones County in central Georgia, southwestern Jasper County in central Georgia, Lamar County in west central Georgia, until 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 8:50 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Zatella, or near Griffin, moving southeast at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Griffin, Barnesville, Jackson, Forsyth, Monticello, Zebulon, Locust Grove, Flavilla, Milner, Jenkinsburg, Williamson, Orchard Hill, Sunnyside, Aldora, East Griffin, Turtle Cove, Walker Mill, Russellville, Hollandville, and Rover.
Police Department. This is the Arizona Department of Public Safety. The Phoenix Police Department has issued a silver alert for Destiny Robinson, a white female, 17 years of age, 5 feet 2 inches tall, 214 pounds, with blonde and pink hair, and brown eyes. She was last shorts and fishnet leggings. Destiny was last seen on foot, on Tuesday, August 13, 2024, in the area of 27th Avenue and Camelback Road in Phoenix, Arizona. Destiny suffers from a medical condition which may cause her to be lost and easily confused. If you
The National Weather Service in Paducah has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Todd County in south central Kentucky until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 7:58 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles north of Elkton, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. In Morristown has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for the following impacts are expected. Expect damage to until 9:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Locations impacted include Eastern Daylight Time. Severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 6 miles northwest of Hallenwood to 11 miles west of Huntsville to 8 miles south of Kingstown, moving southeast at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Huntsville, Hallenwood, Sunrise, Rugby State Park, Deer Lodge, Honey Creek State Park, Norma, Elgin, and Robin. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
Johnson Ridge Visitor Center, Yale, Upper Lewis River Falls, Swift Road, Northwoods, Yale Lake, Shoreji, Spirit Lake, Coldwater Lake, and Amboy Park. This includes the following highways in Washington, State Route 500. 7. State Route 504 between mile markers 24 and 51. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
The National Weather Service in Buffalo has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Allegheny County, 14 miles 945 southwestern Newberry County and central South Carolina. A severe thunderstorm was located near Whitesville or near Wellsville, moving northeast at 20 miles per hour. Eastern Daylight Time. Hazard 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Thunderstorm was located. Source radar indicated. 96 historic impact. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Moving southeast at 34 expect wind damage to roofs. Siding, entries, 60 miles per hour. Locations impacted include Wellsville, Whitesville, Andover, and Stannard. Expect damage for your protection. Move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Include Batesburg, Leesville, Edgefield, Saluda, Johnston, Ridge Spring, Saluda County Airport, Edgefield County Airport, Monetta, Trenton, Silver Street, Ward, Strom Thurmond High School, Saluda Company Sheriff's Office, Good Hope, Northside Fire Station, Maine, Belfast Wildlife Management Area, Hollywood Elementary School, Emory, Chapels Fire Station, and Calera.
West of Jackson, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Barnesville, Jackson, Forsyth, Flavilla, Milner.
A thunderstorm warning for southeastern Lewis County in west central Washington issued until 7:15 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time.
Western Newberry County and
25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. A severe thunderstorm was imminent to the center or 11 miles east of Coldwater into 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight North at 30 miles per hour.
At 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight
60 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar-sized hail.
miles south of 96 historic
radar indicated.
or 14 miles south of
Green hail damage to vehicles is
35 miles per hour.
Expect wind damage
The
to
following
roofs,
hazards
siding,
are expected.
entries.
60 miles per
Locations
hour.
impacted include Packwood,
Source,
Randall,
radar
and Glenoma.
indicated.
For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
And power lines.
Large hail, damaging winds, and continuous cloud to ground lightning are occurring with this storm.
Saluda, Johnston, Ridge Spring, Saluda County Airport, Edgefield County Airport, Monetta, Trenton, Silver Street, Ward, Strom Thurmond High School, Saluda Company Sheriff's Office, Good Hope, Northside Fire Station, Maine, Belfast Wildlife Management Area, Hollywood Elementary School, Emory, Chapels Fire Station, and Calera.
In north central Oregon, Sherman County in north central Oregon, southwestern Benton County in south central Washington, eastern Clickitat County in south central Washington, until 8:15 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. At 7:12 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, thunderstorms over Wasco County are producing outflow winds of around 70 miles per hour pushing to the east across north central Oregon and far southern Washington along the Columbia River. Hazard, 70 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, public. Impact, expects considerable tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Locations impacted include Boardman, Hepner, Condon, Arlington, Morrow, Urian, Wasco, Ione, Rufus, Lexington, Goodnall Hills, Alderdale, Kent, Rock Creek, Cliffs, Pickleton, Micklelow, Ruggs, Flowey, and Hardman. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. This is a dangerous situation. Widespread wind damage possible across the warning area. Stay indoors and seek shelter now inside a sturdy structure and stay away from windows. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 8:15 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for the following counties in Washington, Benton, and Clickitat. Severe thunderstorm warning for the following county, Clickitat, Washington. The National Weather Service in Pendleton, Oregon has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Sherman County in north central Oregon, north central Wasco County in north central Oregon, central Klickitat County in south central Washington until 8:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. At 7:23 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Wishram, or near Biggs, moving north at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include the Dalles, Goldendale, Biggs, Klickitat, Wasco, Rufus, Cliffs, Maryhill, Wishram, Blockhouse, Centerville, Sea Lilo, and Aylsport. Prepare immediately for large hail and damaging winds. People outside should move immediately to shelter inside a strong building. Stay away from windows. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 8:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for the following county: Klickitat, Washington. The National Weather Service in Morristown has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Claiborne County, east central Campbell County, northern Union County, northwestern Granger County, until 11:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. At 10:27 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 11 miles northwest of Maynardville, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include New Tazewell, Springdale, Rose Hill, Sharps Chapel, and Sand Lake. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
Impacts are expected: flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Columbia, Casey, Forest Acres, 5 Points, South Carolina State Fairgrounds, Rosewood, and Olympia.
The National Weather Service in Nashville has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Davidson County in Middle Tennessee, southwestern Sumner County in Middle Tennessee, south central Robertson County in Middle Tennessee, until 10:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 9:49 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located over Ridgetop, or 8 miles south of Springfield, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and penny-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Gallatin, Springfield, Madison, Hendersonville, Goodlettsville, Millersville, Greenbrier, Lakewood, Ridgetop, Old Hickory, and Jolton. This includes the following highways: Interstate 65 between mile markers 90 and 103. Interstate 24 between mile markers 32 and 43. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
Pacific Daylight Time. A strong thunderstorm was located 36 nautical miles south of Woodway, moving northeast at 50 knots. Hazard, wind gusts 34 knots or greater. Source, radar estimated. Impact, small craft could be damaged and briefly higher winds and suddenly higher waves. The strong thunderstorm will remain over mainly open waters. Move to safe harbor immediately as gusty winds and high waves are expected. Repeating, a special marine warning has been issued until 8:45 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for the following marine location: Puget Sound and Hood Canal. Lewistown has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Anderson County, southern Campbell County, southeastern Scott County, western Union County, until midnight Eastern Daylight Time. At 11:18 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 8 miles west of Jacksboro, or 12 miles west of La Follette, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include La Follette, Jacksboro, Huntsville, Caryville, Rocky Top, Norris Dam State Park, Smoky Junction, Andersonville, and Big Ridge State Park. This includes Interstate 75 in Tennessee between mile markers 124 and 144. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
This
issued at 11:19 p.m. The National Weather Service in Wakefield has issued a flash flood warning for central Henrico County, the city of Richmond, until 1:45 a.m. At 11:19 p.m., Doppler radar and automated rain gauges indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Up to 1 inch of rain has fallen. Additional rainfall amounts up to 1 inch are possible in the warned area. Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. Hazard, flash flooding caused by thunderstorms. Source, radar and automated gauges. Impact, flash flooding of small creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets and underpasses, as well as other poor drainage and low-lying areas. Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Richmond, Virginia Union University, Virginia Commonwealth University, downtown Richmond, University of Richmond, Bonaire, Tuckahoe, Mechanicsville, Lakeside, East Highland Park, and Chamberlain. This includes the following streams and drainages: Stony Run, Broad Rock Creek, Powhite Creek, James River, Chickahominy River, Horsesapin Branch, Good Creek, Jordan's Branch, and Horse Creek. Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be especially cautious at night when it is harder to recognize. Do not stay in areas subject to flooding when water begins rising. Be aware of your surroundings and do not drive on flooded roads. Please report flooding by calling 757-899-2415, posting to the National Weather Service Wakefield Facebook page, or using Twitter at NWS Wakefield, VA. Repeating, a flash flood warning has been issued.
Until 11 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 10:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near La Vernie, or 13 miles southwest of Lebanon, moving southeast at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Murfreesboro, Smyrna, La Vernie, Mount Juliet, Watertown, Walter Hill, Rural Hill, Belinda City, Cedars of Lebanon State Park, Las Gases, Milton, and Gladeville. This includes the following highways: Interstate 40 between mile markers 226 and 227. Interstate 24 near mile marker 66, in between mile markers 72 and 84. Interstate 840 between mile markers 53 and 74. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building.
The National Weather Service in Salt Lake City has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Garfield County in southern Utah, east central Iron County in southern Utah, until 2:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. At 1:47 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Panguitch, or 32 miles east of Cedar City, moving northeast at 30 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source,
radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Panguitch Lake, and Hillsdale. This includes us Route 89 between mile markers 126 and 150.
Your attention.
For your protection, move
the
to an
following emergency bulletin may affect your area. Listen carefully.
Western Guard.
Severe thunderstorm warning for the following counties in Washington, King and Pierce. The National Weather Service in Seattle has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for South Central King County and West Central Washington, East Central Pierce County and West Central Washington until 9 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time.
At 3:17 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area.
21 miles southwest of
Flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly along Short Creek and in low-lying areas and around Hillsdale.
And penny-sized hail.
Hazard, life-threatening flash flooding.
Indicated.
Thunderstorms producing flash flooding.
Sighting.
Source, radar.
Locations impacted include
life-threatening flash flooding of creeks and streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses.
On the lowest floor of a building.
Some locations that will experience flash flooding include Hillsdale and Water Canyon.
Move indoors immediately.
Turn around. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles.
Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm
warning
and
has been
leading to flash
issued
flooding.
until 6:15.
Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 9 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for the following counties in Washington, King and Pierce.
The National Weather Service in Salt Lake City has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Central Washington County in southwestern Utah until 6 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. At 5:16 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Washington, Oregon, 23 miles northeast of Virgin River Gorge, moving northeast at 25 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Washington, New Harmony, Pinto, Pine Valley, and Kolob Canyon. This includes the following highways: Interstate 15 between mile markers 37 and 41. Utah Route 18 near mile marker 9. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating.
The civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for all of Kentucky. Davies is KY, Fayette KY, Franklin KY, Madison KY, and Ohio KY, beginning at 9:49 a.m. and ending at 10:04 a.m. This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test, no action is needed. This is only a test.